Welcome back to MDL Crochet. This is the second video in our series in the rib stitch. Now this stitch is pretty simple and it's another version that I've done, and it is a really nice rib stitching. And let's go ahead and get into the video so you can see how it's done. And remember, if you can like and subscribe to these videos, it'd be greatly appreciated. Leave me a comment, we'll chit chat. Now let's get on to the stitch. Alright, so as I said, this is another version of a knit stitch, and I'm just going to keep adding it on to this other stitch, and I'm doing it in a different color so you can see weight yarn and needles all the same. So we're going to go ahead and pull up a row of Tunisian simple stitches just so we have a border distinguishing the two. Alright, so this stitch is a lot easier. You start with a knit, then do a purl, but you could also start with a purl and do a knit. It doesn't really matter as long as you alternate your purl and your knit. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing. That is the stitch. So just keep alternating those knits and those purls, and you'll have that rib stitch. And you will, when you get on your next row, it's the same exact pattern. There's no changing of this pattern at all. And then just do the normal end and a normal return, which is chain one and yarn over and pull through two all the way down to the end. And again, if you don't know how to do a knit and a purl, I will be putting a card up at the top corner for you so you can learn them. But you start with a knit, so we keep going with a knit. And then a purl, because you'll know where you put the purls on top of purls and knits on top of knits. Purls have there's a little bump right here. And that's what you're putting on top. A purl on top of a purl. And then a knit on top of a knit. And then normal return pass. These stitches, when you're doing a project, will make that project stand out. You know, little beanies, sweaters, or even cardigans. It'll help that project stand out, give it some depth. I've used this stitch that we're doing, the alternating knit and purl, plenty of times on beanies. and there's some of these other alternates that I'm showing, these other versions of a ribbing that I'll be showing that I have used on other projects as well. But this is pretty much the stitch. We're going to finish up this row, and then I'm going to go off camera and do a few more rows, give you some detail and depth, and then we can talk about it. Let's go ahead and finish up this row. It's a normal return pass, so chain one and then pull through, yarn over and pull through two all the way down to the end. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do a few more rows off camera, and then we can talk about the pattern the stitch is pulling out. I'll be back in just a few. All right, this is the finished swatch of that stitch, and you can see the knit, the purl, the knit, and the purl, and I've used it in many things. Like I've used it at the beginning of this beanie, as you can see, and it works really well. It doesn't have the elasticity you're looking for, but it has the look, and that's what I was going for here. These are snug beanies, but it has really good vertical stretch, not much horizontal. And remember, folks, keep stitching.